Hello and welcome to the This or That podcast. I'm Jules and with me is Ed.
Hello.
And Callum.
Hiya.
Today we've got two crackers for you, coming of age type films, teen comedies. One is 2019's Booksmart and the other one is Superbad, which was released in 2007. Both these films are, as I say, coming of age. Booksmart is two friends, both girls, about to graduate. They've been bookworm, nerdy kids that have just stuck to doing their grades and that, being all good students. And then they have a realisation, or one of them has a realisation. They're in the toilets and they get a bit pissy and like speak to some other people. And it turns out that they've got into some really good schools as well. And they're like, what? That's crazy. And gets like fixated on having one big party before they graduate because she feels like she hasn't, with her friend, they haven't quite like finessed high school in the way that they thought they had. And they, these other people have basically partied as well, have got good grades. And so she's a bit put out by that. So then the rest of the film is about them trying to find a cool party and the mayhem that ensues and all the lessons and learn and that. And Superbad, a bit like that, to be honest, bit of similar kind of premise, but they actually know where the party is. And this one is...
It's more just about getting laid.
More about getting laid, yeah. Less life lessons, more just sexual innuendos. And two bezies and one third wheeler, sort of. Talking about sex.
What about Superbad?
Oh, right, is that a joke? And
This is gonna be great.
and then those two mates just trying to get to this party and get booze for them. That's it. They need to get booze for the party, and they're obviously not 21. America. It has to be 21. Don't know if you know that. And them having to get booze, and then just having a nightmare getting booze and stuff, and then getting it, debatable, and then going to the party, basically. And that is probably a summary of both those. I imagine most people listening to this podcast have watched Superbad.
Yeah.
Would be my assumption, whether or not Booksmart or not.
Our
I don't
demographic,
know. Yeah. But certainly our demographic will have watched Superbad.
Yeah.
Would be my thinking. So, what do we...
Which one do you want to start with?
Well, I was thinking Superbad first, maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
Because that's where we started.
Yes, for sure.
So, would only be right.
For sure.
And my first note on this one is funky credits.
Funky credits. My soundtrack is banging. Is my first thing.
Yeah.
So both the soundtracks are actually banging.
Yeah.
I was listening to the Booksmart one yesterday.
Mm.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, this is all
Both
funky.
have a lot of music use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a lot more funk, 70s soul, and then a bit of 90s rap.
Absolutely.
Because that's who Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg are.
Sets the tone instantly.
90s, came up in the 90s. And I remember first watching this film, got the DVD, and it's because my brother begged me to ask my mum if I could get this, because he was already getting something at the shop, so he couldn't get a second thing. So
you got Blockbuster?
No, like Asda.
Oh, Asda. That was mine. I either got films from Asda.
Yeah.
What a time.
Asda in the back.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, in the back. And it's like, I'm already getting... I think he was getting a video game.
Yeah.
So he wasn't allowed another thing. So it's like, can you get Superbad? Can you get Superbad? Because 2008, so we were 13, so my brother would have been 15.
Yeah.
So he had seen it in cinema, and he was obsessed.
Yeah.
Him and all his mates were, because it was just like exactly
of the
who
time.
they were and of the time and stuff. And same for me, really. Superbad's great. It's so good. It's so funny. Just all the time. Love it. there's so many now famous, funny people, but also they've all done their serious roles as well. You know, really showed off their chops, especially like Bill Hader recently.
Yeah.
Fuck, you know, he's incredible.
He's really good.
Yeah. But
Doing
like,
very well in interviews as well.
yeah, he just seems more normal than the usual Hollywood type. I mean, most of these people are. Maybe not Jonah Hill, but we don't need to discuss that.
Breakout for Mintz Plasse as well.
Yeah, he's like actually 17 at time of
he's
recording,
the
because
youngest.
I know the story that his mum had to be on set for the sex scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is awkward.
Which, imagine. I've
He's-
got a boner.
Yeah. It's also it's a bit of a
That
mess.
is
Your
fucking-
mum's over there in the corner.
Just making
He's
sure nothing
narrating the
inappropriate
sex
is going.
scene.
Yeah.
Incredible stuff.
Oh my God, it's in.
The narration makes it so much worse. She can't close her eyes and just not. She has to like close her ears and her eyes.
Yeah.
On
Well,
set.
she has to watch. She has to
Yeah, and
be aware of what's happening, I guess.
And
you know.
that's acting.
But yeah, all great, I think. I mean, the first bit, because essentially this could all just be like bits and sketches, really.
Yeah.
Kind of put together. The first bit is about Jonah Hill's character asking Michael Cera which porn website he should
Subscription, yeah.
subscribe to for college.
$13 a month.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot now.
Yeah. Well, that's why he wants his money's worth.
Yeah.
So subscribe to this one, and then I get all these, a part of it.
And Evan wants he goes for like production quality
If
over.
I'm going to spend that money, I want some production value,
Yeah.
some music, some lighting.
Honestly, what I've mainly all of my notes are just quotes from the film, and I've got the perfect quote to start us off with this bit where he says, "I'm sorry, Evan, that the Coen brothers don't direct the porn I watch." So good. But yeah, man, like honestly, Superbad. I think the first time I ever watched it was probably with you guys somewhere at Matt's or
Really?
Yeah.
That late?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
And again, just became obsessed with it afterwards. Was like, I'm not trying to say that I don't laugh. I laugh a lot at things, but it takes a lot to make me like actually laugh out loud at a film. And like, I think I've never laughed so much watching this, and it still makes me laugh, even though I know what's coming. It still makes me laugh.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I have to say, it makes me laugh much less now than it did before. Like on a rewatch now, I'm less into it. I still enjoy it, but I have maybe aged.
I think it's so funny.
Yeah, it's great.
I think it's so funny. I'm so jealous that you got to suck on those tits as a baby. Yeah, well, at least you got to suck your dad's dick.
That was my next quote.
Yeah.
The next one. I mean, the clothes are hilarious as well.
Yeah.
It's that typical thing of when they try to dress older, so
Yeah,
they just
yeah.
raid their parents'
Well, they're dressed.
closet.
He's wearing Michael Cera's dad's clothes.
But even before
so that's
then, I
why.
still
He looks
find the
like
outfits
Pinocchio.
funny as
It's
well.
just very 2000s.
Yeah,
Because he's wearing
the
cargo
2000
shorts.
again. We've spoken
and-
before about the 2000 era.
Yeah, gross.
I mean, just awful.
Yeah.
And then, but both these films have clothing as quite an important, like, it's made a point of the clothes are made a point.
Which is
of.
normally important to teenagers and stuff.
Yeah,
like you're
exactly,
making
yeah.
a statement and
Yeah.
about yourself.
And they
blah,
all
blah,
look
blah.
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely terrible.
I mean, the Booksmart. There's the guy in
Well, they get
Booksmart,
changed and it
he's-
makes them look
He's
worse.
so funny. Yeah.
That's
I mean, yeah.
why has
you
that
look
teacher
like
got sequin dresses?
take off the vest. You look like fucking Aladdin.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is, yeah.
Pinocchio or something.
Well, McLovin becomes,
McLovin
meme
is so iconic.
yeah.
It is crazy, and for him to be thrusted into being known so much at 17 as that person, it must have been crazy. I think he's done very well for himself, kept himself quite leveled, and done interesting projects.
Well, Michael Cera
Yeah.
says
He
he's
is.
like, everything's just water for ducks back for him. Like, 'cause apparently him and Jonah, hated, well, not hated, but didn't like Mintz Plasse because he would just I think he would just one up him. And Jonah would try and take the piss out of him, and he just wouldn't care. And
Yeah.
so there was a little bit of angst on there. So he just,
I think
maybe
that's
he's
something
got
about
the-
Jonah Hill that we've learned
he
is that
wants
he
to be
was
the
quite
funniest as
quite
well.
insecure, wasn't he? Because they do. There's actually a funny thing on the like DVD or whatever, like special thing that the joke is everyone hates Michael Cera,
Yeah.
and that's like a joke they've done behind the scenes on like multiple films as well. It's like a joke they've just consistently done that Michael Cera loves. That everyone hates him because like in This Is the End, he plays a complete dickhead as well. So it's just Michael Cera just being funny to himself. Like it's obviously a joke he just likes doing.
He's a strange guy that
so he did it for so
jokes.
long they managed to get it into a film.
Yeah.
As well.
Mate, yeah. I mean, the film itself it's just so good, like, and it's so relatable. I feel like all three of us have been in similar situations, or at least have a reference point to most of the situations.
Trying to get alcohol for a party is a classic.
Yeah, that's a classic one. And like, yeah, like sort of traversing.
In-Betweeners does it as well, you know.
Yeah, like, and talking to girls, which is I used to find absolutely terrifying, especially that age. How old are they in this film? Like 15, 16?
17.
17.
17, 18.
Yeah, they're going to graduate.
They graduate,
Oh, yeah,
so
course,
17, 18. They're in their
18.
senior year, so it's year 13.
It's just like, I think I know a couple people who don't like this film, who are our age, because they can't handle how awkward it is and like how like cringy it is.
Especially Michael Cera.
Yeah, it's just, but
He's
it's
the king of
incredible.
cringe, really.
He's so
It's
good.
so good. Like,
And he's been doing it since, Arrested Development.
Yeah.
He's so good.
He's well versed in cringe.
Yeah. I mean, the quote that I had to figure out what it was, so he's talking about the Saturday nights, and she goes, "I'd love to go do something like that sometime," i.e. meaning with you. I like to spend time with you. And he goes and he just goes, "I mean, who wouldn't?" You know, he's so oblivious to a girl being like, "I want to spend time with you."
Yeah,
because he even like looks away as he says it. He goes like, "Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't love that?" You know, it's just like.
it's so good. Like,
and then when he tries to run away, he's like, "Bye," and then he just fucking
he like holds onto his backpack and he's like, sort of.
They're walking. They could
like
walk
speed
together.
walking away.
Yeah, but he's just like, "No,
I need to get
interaction
out of
over."
Yeah. I need to get out of this
Because
situation.
McLovin does the same thing with his backpack when he's like running away, like waddling.
when
around. He like turns around with the squeak.
I gave her the time. It's so fucking tight.
It's 10:33.
What?
It's just how he's just lost in a trance. Just
Wicka
like,
wicka wow. Chicka chicka.
Such a nerd.
He's such a nerd.
Yeah,
And Seth is such a bad friend in this as well.
He's-
That's the
he's
thing
so
I get
unlikable.
more
Terrible
and more
friend.
Yeah, he's so
rewatching.
unlikable. But he's been bullied by that guy that looks like a nerd as well.
The
like
mullet
long
guy.
head. Yeah, like,
yeah.
He's quite big, I suppose. So
Well, he
they do a
wears
bit of a job.
glasses and has long hair and
Yeah.
doesn't look. I think that's the funny thing, is that he doesn't look like a bully.
Well, that's how low down they are.
They are, yeah.
I think that's part
the
of
people
point.
that
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he gets bullied and then he bullies them.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But
They're
it does
bottom of the
make
bottom.
without being overtly lots of bullying stuff, it does come across that they are right at the bottom of the pecking order.
Yeah, it's just
And, like,
them.
They're just always.
The only other guy is the Scott who eats dessert by himself. I feel
Yeah,
like that's
yeah.
the only guy who's lower than them.
Yeah. Because I remember watching these kind of films growing up, and like being like American Pie. I know American Pie is quite different, but like that sort of like school, being at college, being in frats and whatever, and like actually making it a goal of mine to like, I wanted to go to college in America. Like I remember thinking that for such a long time. I want to go and live in America and do this stuff.
Is this
And
what
then-
college is like?
Yeah.
I would have read so many books.
Literally,
I would have read
so many books. But I mean, obviously didn't end up doing that, and probably for the best. But I don't know. It's just something about it. It just makes it so nostalgic as a film.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I've watched this film a lot. Obviously, that's coming across to everyone.
Yeah.
Has watched it a
We
lot.
could all quote this film pretty much start to finish.
Yeah.
We're holding back.
Yeah, it's
hard,
relatable enough for sure. I mean, obviously, some of the stuff they do, I'd hope that I wouldn't do. But
Yeah, I mean the premise of, I mean, like the premise realistically is like these girls won't go for us unless they're wasted.
Yeah.
Like that's but that was a common thing then, and it had been a common thing. I feel like in
getting
media
drunk
and
inebriated is
at
that's
parties
nothing
and
new.
hooking up Or what is the quote? You know when girls say, "Oh, I was so fucked up last night. I shouldn't have hooked up with that guy." We could be that mistake.
Yeah, yeah.
We could be that guy.
Like that's not good, and it seems to be lesser now. It's all about consent, everything's consensual, and that's good. And you're upfront and honest, and have conversations before anything. Like he just kisses Emma Stone at the end.
Yeah, well, he's very drunk, isn't he? That's the lesson.
Because also he doesn't really.
The moral lesson of this film, if there is one, is
I think there is, and I think that's why it's good, and why a lot of Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg films or the Judd Apatow films are good, is because they do have a level of heart to them and honesty.
But with Evan and. Well, you can see that obviously that whole situation has made Evan like very uncomfortable, and he doesn't want.
He tries to get drunk.
He tries to get on her level, and
which is interesting.
And then, but even then, he's like he wants to get out of that.
Well, it's interesting as well, isn't it? It's like the only time they think that they would ever get with a girl is at a party when they're getting drunk, and that's the kind of overthinking. And both of the girls are just like, no, I quite like you. We could just get together now. Why are you doing this weird stuff where you've gone on this massive mission to get us out?
And that's the thing of teenagers, isn't it? You just overcomplicate everything. You think too much about it. But like when he's in the convenience store and he's like, oh, she was hot. Yeah, that's what sucks about it. She was too hot. I peaked. And then he says, but didn't you get like a dozen hand jobs and 4 3/4 of blowjob? But who's counting? And just being like, yeah, that's what
guys.
That's what kids do.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting as well that they won't take the risk of just asking the girl out, even though they've got nothing to lose and they're just bottom of the pecking order.
But it feels like you've got everything to lose.
It would be embarrassing.
It's
just
embarrassing.
another thing for someone to take the piss out of you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just you don't want to give more ammo to those meanie bullies.
Meanie babinis.
One of the things though I'd never understood about the film is how does Fogel get the ID?
He goes to a guy who sells fake IDs.
But where's he getting that information from? Was it from
just around school?
It was the other guy, and he says the other guy's name.
Someone,
he's like
this
fellow
guy, pupil.
This guy.
But wouldn't that guy probably be a bit cool? Why is he hanging out with Fogel?
He just sells IDs and students just go and buy them from him.
He just knows where this guy. He's just overheard it probably.
Yeah, maybe. I suppose
someone's had a conversation near him.
He's heard it.
He's told them the time and then fucked up.
Yeah.
And then absolutely finesses getting an ID, choosing the best name in the world and saying he's from Hawaii.
Why the fuck did you choose McLovin? Well, it was either that or Mohammed. Why the fuck would it be that or Mohammed?
Yeah, it's like, Mohammed's one of the most common names in the world. Read a book for once. It's brilliant. It's just, like the dialogue is incredible. Like it's constant wall-to-wall jokes the whole way through and quips and little back and forths, and like it's so true about just a group of mates who
just arguing
each other
all the time.
But underneath it they actually all really like each other. But they can't say it. Of course, no. Why would you? You can't say it.
And that's one of the themes in this film, Jules.
Well, you can't say it.
For men and masculinity and the fragileness of masculinity.
The fragileness, yeah.
It also shows how much confidence they lack. Like they have no confidence and no,
If they can't say "I love you" to their best friend, how can they tell a girl how they feel?
Yeah,
And lack of confidence in men, and loneliness, and it's all bad stuff. That leads to bad things. So,
were there any
sad men?
Were there any scenes that you really like, Jules?
Or relate to? Is that what?
Sounds like a loaded question, but it's not a loaded question.
We were going to get there, regardless.
We're going to get there.
We're 20 minutes in.
Tell the story. I mean, I first just want to point out the dick drawings are really good. They're really artistic and really good.
Yep.
If I could draw that good. If my kid was drawing that, say, Jules, you were my kid and you were drawing loads of dicks for some reason.
It would be odd for sure.
It'd be so odd. But if you were really good at it, I'd be like, okay, maybe draw something else.
Yeah, maybe
draw something else. But you're really good at drawing, so keep drawing.
Yeah. No, I can see where you're coming at.
Yeah.
So could they.
Hey. But they are very artistic and they are very good. And yeah, I've drawn penises before. No, I have. I think everyone does.
Honestly, when you're confronted with something like dirt in the back of a van or like condensation on a window, there's a split second of like, what do I draw? Penis straight away.
I wonder,
are
there less
So
penises
easy.
around, or am I just in areas with less penises around?
Well,
Certainly,
like
school
graffiti
was a
and stuff.
hotbed of but also just things on windows and stuff. Are
I
there less
mean,
penises?
I think certainly drew a dick in my time, but I wouldn't just draw it over and over again like you did.
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously
And then,
I obviously did draw quite a lot, but then also
Did
my
you get
mates,
caught?
I wouldn't say caught. My English teacher mentioned it.
It was raised as an issue.
Yeah, it was
To your
But there
parents?
was. Yeah. There was.
And that is not a conversation you would want to have with your mum.
Well, it was a conversation she would want to have with me. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
she definitely. Of course,
I'm not going to give that any context, but it's okay. But basically, what happened?
She's a
is,
talker.
in this one. She's a fucking talker. Professionally, what happened in this scenario was that I drew. I mean, who started it? I don't know. But either way, I think it probably was me starting it, to be honest. But then he drew a picture in my book, and it was a tit for tat. But then he spent quite a lot of time when I was at a different. I think I went out of the class for a bit. But I must have been out of the class for a bit because he drew a penis on each corner of the page of my English book,
Each corner.
which was a huge number of penises.
You, when we sat next to each other in college, you did that on my book.
Yeah, I learned
on
from
my
Tyrone.
notebook. I went to the
I
toilet.
remember.
I went to
remember
the
this
toilet,
now, yeah.
came back, and then he was
I
all
can't remember
sheepish when I got back, and I was like, "What have you done?" And he was like, typical George fashion. He's like, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about." And I was like, "Well, you've obviously done something." And then I went to go write the date on my notebook, and then it was like a flick book of like penises.
Yeah, we did a lot of flip books.
On my, and I was gone for 2 minutes, and it was pretty good. I was like, this is impressive. I'm gonna keep that.
We're friends now.
Yeah.
I can't 100% remember. I'm pretty sure Tyrone did them on my workbook, but I think I also did them on his. I can't quite remember. But either way, the sheer quantity of penises was too much before I had to hand the book in to the teacher. And so then when she came to mark the books, she found a large quantity of penis drawings. And it came up at parents' evening.
Yeah.
Multiple times. But then she said that her husband draws loads of penises as well. So I mean, there was,
I would have. I mean, that's
Alright.
that's a different story.
You're a child.
Yeah,
You'll grow out of it.
I would have.
I mean, you did.
she should be concentrating more on her husband.
Loved to have been a fly on the wall in that scenario.
Any
when that
parents'
was
evening,
when,
really.
when that
They
was
were always
bought
carnage.
when that was
Yeah,
brought up.
I bet.
Yeah, my parents' evenings were always interesting.
Yeah.
My parents didn't go. So.
Yeah.
Probably escaped a good. It's so pointless. So pointless.
Yeah, I found them to be pointless.
It's just like, if there's a problem, just call me.
And they did. Call you.
Call you.
No, I'm saying it.
Call
from,
you.
like,
So
if
I have. So then I can not
my
tell
children
mum.
at school. If there was an issue, I'd just be like, are they doing well? Yes, cool, brilliant.
Sometimes there's more to it than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, won't we?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, well, it's because it's based on Seth Rogen.
Seth
drawing
Rogen
lots
Evan
of
Gold.
penises.
Yeah. Oh, is that? Is that
Yeah,
what
it's
it
actually
is?
that's based on him. That was a thing that he had. Did not
a
he had.
compulsion.
A
he
compulsion
had.
for drawing penises.
That I can.
Yeah, it was definitely. I just saw it as quite a normal thing because there's obviously a lot of penises being drawn. My brother did it. So I did it. Family tradition, I suppose, in that sense. And yeah, it was it's everywhere, really. I mean, my brother would do it on pieces of fruit, for God's sake.
Yeah, I mean, I do remember doing it, but I would never have allowed it. I would never have done it or allowed it to be done to get caught. I would always be very aware of, if I draw this, I can rip it out or whatever.
I never really being caught was
Part of the fun.
Didn't really. Well, it just didn't figure into me.
Yeah.
Maybe it was like
It just wasn't
because you don't get told off. You just have a conversation.
Yeah,
your mother wants to have a conversation rather than tell you off. Whereas my dad would be like, "Tell me off." I don't want to deal. I don't want to deal with that.
I think
So.
drawing a penis just isn't that bad for me.
But also, I used to draw.
So see the issue.
We're hitting gold here, boys.
I just used to draw a lot in primary school, but I just didn't draw dicks. I used to draw comic books like a kid.
Yeah, no, but in primary school I didn't do any drawing. In secondary school I mainly drew penises, and that was it. Really.
And you went to a hippie school, so why weren't you drawing in
I
hippie
just
school?
didn't see the back. I mean, I did. Well, yeah, sorry.
You did
I was forced.
abstract paintings.
I did paintings and stuff like that, but I mean, only because I was forced to. When I say forced, I mean, they said
Were they phallic in nature?
No. It was mainly secondary school. Primary school, I had no interest. Secondary school is where I started drawing penises.
Something
even
happened.
at the end of school, when you do you sign off your shirt at the end of school.
Oh yeah, that's covered in dicks. Yeah.
Huge. I mean, I was going mad with it. I did a huge anchor penis on one. Giant. Did the whole back.
Anchor penis.
I think I know what you mean.
I don't know where I got that from. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I invented it.
I mean, who knows at this point?
Who fucking knows? Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Pretty cool though. Well done.
Yeah, I mean, I did check 'cause I wasn't 100% sure, but I have, when I've been doing the notes for this film, drawn a penis, and
I can see it.
Yeah, and it's not, and you can see it's not a clear penis. I was doing something else, and I've just turned it into a penis. And what's that coming out of it? That's not...
Was it?
Is that a vagina?
No, well, no.
Was it a rocket ship first, and then the top
maybe.
looks a bit rocket shippy?
Yeah, I think I was doing something here, and then this turned into
A penis.
Yeah. So it's just one of those, really.
Super gay.
Just what they say in the film. Of course.
What they say?
It's what they say in the film. And I mean, it's not. It's what it is. You know what
It's
I mean?
when they say as well in the film, they say about him like having to
Stop eating dick-shaped foods.
I have a quote.
The best kind.
Yeah. You know how many foods are shaped like dicks? The best kind. So no popsicles, no
Hot dogs.
no bananas, no anything.
Yeah.
He was and that's why he hates Becca, because Becca found his stash.
You
He
hit
keeps calling
Becca's
Becca
foot.
a bitch.
Yeah.
Because she
Just off the cuff, though.
Yeah. And then Evan's like, why are you so mean to her? And then like
The face he pulls. What?
oh my god.
You hit Becca's foot with your dick? Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Yes, I did.
And well, the other thing is that he stashes it in a lunchbox, and you said you did the same. You used to like collect them.
No,
No,
I just draw them and I do
and then just get rid of them.
Well, I wouldn't get rid of
They
them.
were
they'd just
nothing
be
to
there.
me.
No, they would just be
I could create more.
they'd be on my.
I can always make more.
Books or whatever. It's just normally I wouldn't set about to draw a penis unless I did. Obviously, it would be it would be the scenario. So if I'm taking notes in a lesson,
Yeah.
or in a lecture, or in any sort of thing like that, I would
Or in a
just,
meeting.
I would always doodle. So to be fair, in university, I didn't actually draw many penises. It was more just
What a
doodling
relief.
at that point. And also they made you do sketches and stuff, so I was kind of fulfilled in my sketching need. But yeah, at school I was often bored, and I'd just doodle, and the doodling would take many forms, one of which would be penises. And so just be in workbooks. And
Name
stuff.
another form.
I just like you can see them here, like little squiggles. And I mean, what's that? It's just a little squiggle, like there. Just I'm watching a film and I'm squiggling.
Yeah.
So it's just that's what I would do. And there's only one. Look, I mean, on these notes I can see, there's maybe 10, 12 squiggles. One is a penis. Ratio wise, that's normal.
10
I'd
years
say.
ago, all dicks.
I mean, it goes up and down, literally.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible. And also that, because you reminded us of this fact, we had forgotten about this as well. So you could have kept it secret, which is incredible.
I don't-
But thank God you didn't.
Thank God you did. Thank God you
I'd
did.
forgotten I drew loads of penises on your
Yeah.
workbook as well.
I had until you mentioned it,
Well,
and
'cause
then a
we
little
sat
light
next
went off
to-
in my head.
We sat next to Tyrone,
Yeah, we did, yeah.
so it was only.
So he probably helped Jules do that.
Probably did.
That's how I got it done in 2 minutes.
How's he done that?
You take half, I'll take half.
Yeah.
How do we know? We know. We know how to do the thing. I start here, you start there.
And you know how to do his style, and he knows how to do your style,
Yeah,
so
there's
they're
no-
all the same.
But there's no stylist to change this. It's like the Coen brothers of dicks.
Brilliant. Oh God! All right, we have to move on.
Yeah.
I forgot how much they use the F word in this. I mean, they just say it, but also they change Fogel to. I'm not going to say it, but and it's just very of the time, and
Yeah.
just everything is gay and just
And it fits
like,
Jonah Hill's
yeah.
character.
Yeah.
You know,
Because he's like the only
'Cause
one
maybe
who
he's
says it, really, isn't
Yeah,
it?
Because
well,
with all
yeah.
those dick drawings, maybe he's suppressing something.
Maybe.
Maybe.
You know.
Maybe. Doesn't come across in the film, I guess, but not as far as I'm aware. He's got a lot of personal growth to go. That's for sure. One of the other points I thought as well about because the drive is basically that they need to get alcohol to look cool as well as
To be
get
impressive.
people drunk.
Yeah.
But they see as they go through this journey of getting alcohol, they're getting updates of the party, like videos and stuff. Everyone's having a great time and are clearly all drunk.
Yeah, that is a thing when
I'd be
when
cutting
they get
quits
there.
instantly. I'd just be like, these guys got loads of alcohol. Fuck this, I'm off.
I mean, she says he makes the party, so who knows?
But he makes the party with a load of alcohol that's been laced with like fertilizer.
I mean, that is
Detergent.
That is what he's drinking. Yeah, green beer.
And you can see it. It's fucking insane.
yeah, he should be really fucked up from that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you'd all be throwing up.
yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, the when she asks him to get the alcohol, and she's like, well, you know, you scratch our backs, we'll scratch yours. And he's like, well, the funny thing about my back, Jules, is that it's located on my cock. And it's just the most awkward thing. And then he goes, you still want me to get it? No worries if not. Yep. He's just like, totally. I'm just like, it's just, why would you say such a
But it's interesting as well, though, because
He's
so awkward.
Yeah, why would he not?
But that's the thing. All the jokes in this film are not laughed at really by the people in the film. So it is like
it's the in-betweeners thing as well. Like they do it perfect as well.
Yeah.
Where it's just you're laughing at the fucking idiocracy of these idiots.
you're laughing at the idiotness of these idiots.
Sure.
Sure.
You sure.
Sure. What I said was fine. But rewatching it this time, because I hadn't watched it for a while. I was surprised I'd forgotten how much Fogel is in the film separately with the cops. Like it's
Which is great.
two-part.
I think that is what holds up really well. Is the cops and Fogel.
Yeah, I mean,
I love it. I love
So good.
Seth Rogen and Bill Hader together. They're so funny.
Well, that's
And it's
relationship.
like,
Actually,
so was he like us or was he like you?
African Jew.
He was like you. Oh, Jewish.
So nervous.
Yeah.
So nervous.
The height.
Yeah.
So I'll start here and just tell us when. Whatever 5'10" was, he was 5'10".
Just like can't. She's like, fuck up.
Yeah.
And then and as the time goes on, they're just terrible cops.
Yeah, and at the end it's just like, yeah, we got a 7-foot African Jew.
Yeah.
Just not paying
Not
attention.
listening at all.
Yeah.
Just doing what they want.
Do you know, I watched an interview of Bill Hader when he goes through his parts, like his famous roles. And he talks about when he plays the cop in Superbad. And he said that the character was based off a cop that he knew or had run-ins with when he was a kid.
Yeah.
And he said that the choice, he made the choice to wear glasses because he thought that it was really funny that a police officer would wear glasses and be threatening and wear glasses.
Yeah.
And then
because he was crazy, man.
And
he in particular is crazy.
And he said he said that this particular cop that was in his area, like nobody took him seriously because he wore glasses. And it was just like, that's an incredible choice. And it's so funny because
So good.
he just, he's like, it's when he, when they get that call out to the bar and like, they're just,
So
and they just, it's so like,
So you always take a call at a bar because better or worse, you get a beer out of it.
Yeah.
Ah.
And then, they're like watching the CCTV on the TV in the bar of him getting
With the bar and the
absolutely
bartender's
socked.
like fully watching it
and
as
he's
well.
like, ooh. Just polishing a glass, like, ooh.
Don't you need this for evidence? The only evidence this is that you can take a hit like a fucking champ.
Yeah. And then they get another call, and then he's like, "Can we get 13 beers?" To go,
Yeah. I've got road beers equal 13 beers.
yeah. Road beers. Oh man, but like, I agree. Them two, that whole
The
sort of,
whole scene there, and then when he's talking about his wife, is so funny. Bill Hader, and he's like super, like you can see him just like lose himself into the despair of
Yeah,
his
yeah.
first wife turned out to be an actual whore. So on our wedding night there was a group sex. I wasn't involved, and then Seth Rogen like raises his hands and goes, "I was." Seth Rogen is killing it. He's so funny and just like, and he just says little things constantly to play off Bill Hader. I mean, how you get through a film like this is incredible. Like, you just be laughing all the time.
There was another bit that Bill Hader said in that interview about the choice of how to play the scene where they confront McLovin for ditching them after he runs away with Evan and Seth, and Bill Hader said, I tried this thing where I just thought I'd just go crazy. Like, I'll be like actually genuinely upset that he's ran away. Yeah. And he said, I started doing it and it was like really big. And then he said, like, and then you could just see like the boom mic just start shaking because like everybody in the room was just fucking killing themselves laughing because of the way nobody expected him to like go that big, and he just fucking went for it. And everyone was, and then they pulled
You left us.
Yeah.
Why'd you leave?
Yeah.
Well, it's when he's like, McLovin, why?
Why? Yeah. It's so good. But yeah, he's great. Seth Rogen's great. The scene that always makes me laugh as well is when Seth gets really pissed off at Fogel, and then he's like, I'll go in the shop and get booze, and then he plays out all those different scenarios in his head.
Go do it.
And then he just fucking bottles it and goes out.
Hope you can run, piggy.
Yeah. Just the one, or like with the bottle of Goldschlick vodka, and then the security guard like dashes it and it hits the old lady on the head, and then like slices his throat. And he's like,
Would you like help with your shopping? Oh, that would be lovely, young man. Would you like help with me buying you alcohol? That would be lovely.
I've definitely had those thoughts.
fucking Jules.
Enjoy your remaining years.
When you have to go and buy alcohol when you were underage, I've definitely had those thoughts of like, can that guy there just turn around and be like, would you like a bottle of alcohol?
Yeah.
That would make this interaction much...
I mean, for the entire time that I've known you guys, I've never had an issue really because of the facial hair.
Yeah, I mean, you've had a beard since I've known you.
Yeah, in like year 10, 11, but I didn't do that much drinking in year 10, 11 really, so it wasn't even I would drink if there was alcohol.
Yeah.
And the shop will remain nameless, but we always got our booze from that one shop.
Yeah.
There was a shop that was targeted.
And if you're from that certain area, exactly
You're
what
like,
I was
"Ooh."
talking
Well,
about.
there's a couple of different areas for sure.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
exactly.
but like,
Your locals and
Keep
your
it moving,
your
keep it
centrals.
yeah, I mean, you know, I won't say who. You know, people try to get me to get their tobacco for them all the time. And I'd be like, fuck off. I can't go buy 10 different pouches of tobacco daily.
I mean, we definitely didn't think it through. I think it was just the desperation of like, you're our only chance to get this thing.
Well, that one shop that I used to go to all the time, the small one that then went, I got away with it for like 3 months, I think.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he said no, I just went to a different shop.
Yeah.
And it was fine.
Yeah.
And then there was just a point where it just stopped. I mean, I think at 17, I don't think there was. Since then, I haven't really been challenged. I mean, the thing we used to do is we'd be somewhere for like a couple of hours and then get kicked out. They clock on, but it's because we ordered just beer. So I guess they just thought we were uni students all the time, just a group of lads.
Yeah.
And it'd be the middle of the day as well, so they're not. that was our key.
Yeah,
2 p.m. on a Tuesday. They're not really looking out for
There were
it.
some really funny places thinking back of like where we would get served
Because
alcohol.
we wouldn't go where kids would go.
Yeah,
I mean,
we'd try and think outside the box
Are
a
we
little
gonna
bit.
name-
We would say like there was like I remember one.
Well, you can beep it, right?
Yeah, I can be.
You can beep it.
beep
Okay,
it,
so I want. So
Yeah,
that's the funny one.
Yeah. We used to sit outside of there, send one person in to get the pints, and then we'd all just sit outside and drink Red Stripe.
Yeah.
And then we got away with that for fucking ages.
Well, you can beep. Yeah, you can beep this out as well.
Yeah.
That's the one
just,
I remember as all getting kicked out of.
No, I mean...
We chose places where
There were no bouncers.
where adults go and there's no. Yeah, that was the big thing.
Bouncers are key.
No bouncers, and also like when we went to, we would get Adnam's dry hop lager or whatever as well. So it would throw them off.
Yeah.
Or if we went to a pub, the ones that we frequented that we won't name, we were getting ale as well.
Yeah, I forgot how we just used to drink a lot of ale.
Yeah, we
we
used to drink
did.
so much ale.
And but that is it's so true though, because it would just throw them off, and they'd be like, and also it was the confidence as well. I think.
Then it's that scene in Hot Fuzz where you look over and we're all going, with our high pitched voices or whatever.
I'll have a pint of mead, please.
Looking back to them, like some old pictures from when we was all at college, like how we got away with that. Like if I worked in that bar and saw, I'd be like,
but if you look at some 18-year-olds, they do
underage.
look young.
Yeah,
well,
but
if you
they
look at
never
me
even
in those
challenged
pictures,
us.
you'd be like, yeah, you get away with it.
Yeah,
but
me,
you,
no
no.
way.
But yeah, so to move on, the tip punch is so funny.
Oh yeah, I got
So funny.
When
When he accidentally he's gonna go like that and he gets knocked straight into her tit. and then they're just in silence for like 10 seconds and he's like, I didn't mean it's okay but I did it with it.
It's all I've got down is Sarah does a Jeremy Corbyn.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah.
Have you not seen that?
Yeah.
He's at like a rally or like a thing, like when Jeremy Corbyn's leader of the Labour Party and just goes to high five Emily Thornberry and just slaps her breast.
Yeah.
That is. It's
a bit of a faux pas, isn't it?
Yeah, it's some.
He did a few awkward press moments, didn't he, on that campaign? Yeah,
and that
which was unfortunate.
That was a number one awkward.
Yeah.
So,
Unfortunate. But yeah.
absolutely madness.
I like in Superbad they're really good at bringing things around.
Mm-hmm.
So when he is in the store and he accidentally drops a lemonade, sir, did you drop this lemonade? No, this is really dangerous. Someone should clean this up. Yeah. And he's just like, fuck my life. I like that guy because that is
he comes
true.
Back at the party,
he comes back to the party with a crate of beer from the shop. He's just stolen. We're gonna get so fucked up. But he's just so funny, just being a retail guy, just being like, oh, fuck's sake, this prick.
Well, that's the comment. It's basically like, I hate my job, but I can go to a party. That's the and you're like, why are these people being crazy at a party? It's like because they just hate their job.
Yeah. Do you know Greg? You totally look like his brother. You totally look like his brother, dude. Jolo Trujillo is always funny.
I've had like that as well.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, shush.
Yeah, I don't know that guy, and I don't know his brother.
Yeah, I've got a generic face.
But then you think that's like a throwaway joke, and then the rest of the guys doing coke in the party, they think Michael Cera is also that guy's brother. The singer, dude. The one with the beautiful voice. No, that's not. What's the line? I don't want to say you're misinformed, but
yeah.
You calling me a liar? Well. And that's so good. That scene is.
Well, that's a classic of like, if you've been at a party with older people.
They cry every night for you. For you. Dum 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 dum.
Fucking, how long are you gonna go on?
It's so
I've learned the whole song.
It's so funny.
But yeah,
that is the thing about being at a party as well. Is that the older people there, people are always wary of not pissing off an older person or trying to. Older people are always cooler at that age.
Yeah.
But obviously they're not because they're at a party with a child. So
yeah,
I mean, it is an adult party, to be fair to them.
I was going to say like they sort
those
of
ones are
it.
fine, yeah.
But they're not. But they're not clocking. Hey, is that a child? What's that child doing here?
Yeah, because obviously all much older.
Yeah,
which is a good thing.
I mean, obviously they're like the people at that party because Mark or whatever, he's ready to beat up Jolo Trujillo.
Yeah,
and he has guns and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like a rough crowd. Anyway,
that's made clear. I think it's a bit of a rough crowd.
Yeah, that fight bit's really funny when he punches him and then he just instantly apologises.
Lion got out of the cage, bro. Lion got out of the cage.
He just absolutely wallops him. It's so good.
He shakes his hand and then kicks him in the nuts.
Yeah.
And everyone goes, oh!
Yeah.
What was it? They rush in first and they go, fight! They all drag.
Have you guys
Michael
ever been
Cera
at a
out.
house party where a fight's kicked off?
I mean, me and Jules were in the corner eating crisps at most of the parties. So.
If there was, I wouldn't necessarily have noticed.
Yeah. Definitely arguments.
There was one I went to, and it just all kicked off. Like we weren't involved at all. It was just some people turned up uninvited.
Yeah,
and then it all.
That's the classic thing. The uninvited.
Honestly, it was fucking chaos.
I've been to a few pies where people just rock up.
Yeah.
Because people are leaving their front doors open or whatever.
Or someone is just inviting someone else to try and look cool.
Which is what Joe Rodriguez is trying to do in it.
He's trying to get his mates in.
You inviting your fucking friends again on my fucking phone? Fuck off.
On my fucking phone. On my phone.
Yeah, that is funny as well. Like he's using his phone.
He just come out of prison. Oh no, he's on the.
I'm on the for a totally non-violent warrant.
Totally non-violent. Yeah, he plays it. He's one of my favourite characters. Really.
Yeah, he's funny, man.
He's always funny. I love him.
Yeah, but it's just this idea as well of like these adults that just have their lives are in tatters as well, which is just kind of like. I mean, there's a bleakness to it. But
well, I think
it's impossible to know how old they are. They grow out of it.
But don't you think though that when you're watching Superbad, up until that point when Evan and Seth go to that adult party to like try and get booze, when Evan gets trapped in that room and the cocaine comes out and they like pour it on the table, it suddenly gets
tense.
Yeah, like really serious,
Evan
because you're
tense.
sort of like, them getting booze is sort of like kind of light-hearted and quite funny, and then the minute that some like hard class A's come out, everyone's like, oh shit, it's taking a turn. Do you know what I mean?
Also, I've got the note of he's scared of his own phone. Like he's scared of his own shadow. But when the phone goes off, he goes, he literally jumps out his skin.
And then he's outside trying to talk to Becca and calling her a bitch.
Cuts off.
He's calling the phone a bitch.
Yeah.
Fucking cunt phone. Fuck.
But yeah, it's fucking.
The other question I had as well is at the end of Superbad, when they meet Jules and Becca. Jules and Becca are together, so are they friends?
Yeah,
because that wasn't made clear in the previous
it's just they're aware. They know each other. I think it's just Seth and Evan, and it's just them three that because the big joke in that is that they never go to these pies and they're never invited to any of these pies. So they all go to these pies and they all know
each other. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. They don't.
I have kind of a comment about that with Booksmart as well.
There's a difference between them and Booksmart, really.
But there's like we'll talk about it.
It's how Evan tries to cover it by saying that he's up to like sophisticated evenings with Seth and Fogel.
So we were at Seth's parents' party, and that was really cool, hanging out with people older than us. And then it just cuts to them getting smashed. They're down in hot sauce, aren't they? And it's just the parents in the background just shaking their heads. I think that's so funny.
I've heard people try and sound fancy as well.
And then they say
that kind of conversation, just being, oh, for God's
we went to a club. You got in? Yeah, we got straight in. Straight out.
And then they were like, we went to this
fuck you
fancy burlesque thing, and it's just like a really dive of a strip club that they're just getting hooted out of.
Well, he just calls it a club. He's just like, we went to a club. Oh my God, you got in? Yeah, straight in. Straight out. Wasn't our thing,
it wasn't for me.
No issues. Yeah.
And they just I mean, there's so much sick in this as well.
There's a lot of throwing
the sex scene. I mean, I have the quote that both sex scenes in both these films end in puke. It's quite funny. It's just a common thing.
Well, teenagers and vomiting is the classic, really, isn't it?
That whole sex scene is so funny.
Yeah, it is.
She's so funny in it. So I'm going to give you the best blowjay ever.
Yeah. And then he's like, what?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so pretty.
So weird. So awkward.
So weird. But and he's like, let me take this off. Yeah. It is a meaningful sweater though, so be careful.
Yeah. He is so pathetic.
He's so pathetic. Well, I mean, she even goes, I don't know why you have to be a little bitch about it. Yeah. Imagine me.
Just like, fucking hell, damn.
Yeah.
And she's right.
And it's funny because as soon as she throws up, he wakes up and he goes, holy fucking shit. Like, he's so scared of it.
He is scared of
I dodged it.
everything.
It went straight past me. Yeah.
So,
I just have quotes. Yeah.
My favourite, the best sick in the movie though is the Seth Rogen one, because he's just drank 13 beers and then chased after someone.
Oh yeah, the fast boy.
And then been
the fastest kid alive. He's the fastest kid alive.
Yeah.
And it's Michael Cera just running.
Don't worry, it's just beer. It's just beer.
Yeah.
That run.
And
is
he's just
awful.
like, it's so,
just floating.
Terminator 2ing it.
yeah.
The shit's cops. Bail. After shooting their gun at the stop sign with beers on the hood.
It's so good.
So fucking
It's
funny.
so good.
Hell yeah, motherfucker.
There are some bits in this film, obviously, which are pretty good. I think it's weird because when I was watching,
you're laughing a lot right now.
Yeah, I know, but I
talking
prefer
about
sometimes talking about film than I do watching it, which is why.
I think that's why this is so popular as well. It
has lots of bits.
Yeah, this is the film that men would just quote at each other before we had the internet, and you had memes and stuff. It's this and Anchorman and stuff like that. Step Brothers obviously is a big one.
It's a film written by comedians. That's That's
so it's all very quotable. You know, I have a boner.
That's the thing. The lines have been well thought out comedically more than anything else.
Yeah, it's a comedy,
and it and it's got a loose plot that makes sense because it's just kids trying to get alcohol, which
it's basic, but it works. And they wrote when they were 15. So.
But it's also interesting as well because thinking about the now is my understanding of children of today is that alcohol is less of a children are smoking less and are drinking less in the UK anyway.
Yeah,
and so
teetotalers.
it's less of a driver. So I feel no jokes. Cut back.
Jokes. Healthy
other stuff. So it'd be interesting to see if a film like Superbad, even if it was updated a bit, would that premise still hold out? Would that still have the same?
Probably not.
Impact, I guess.
Yeah,
I assume not. Maybe.
Well, I mean, the next film is that. So,
but there's still another 5 years again. I guess. Does that make a difference?
Nah, I mean, it's always
post-COVID.
It's always a thing, no matter what. I mean, they say teenagers are drinking less, but they're probably doing more drugs. So
they have to change it to be very hardcore.
Yeah. What is it, that quote in Sunny in Philadelphia? It's like when they make the band. It's like, kids aren't doing the bop anymore. They're doing crack and having sex by 13.
Yeah. It's like, I just was laughing because I was just reading some more of my quotes, and it's when Seth Rogen and Bill Hader bust in the party, and Seth Rogen goes, "I assume you all have guns and crack." Yeah. And everyone's just fucking bailing out the door, fuck, let's go.
What's one that Bill Hader does where he's like, get on the ground.
Pussy's on the pavement, fellas.
That's it. Yeah. And then he's trying to get Fogel to sign a statement to say that they weren't driving.
Well, when he
came out of nowhere.
He hits Seth, and they're arguing who's going to go out, and they go, "Oh, we'll both go out." And he goes, "Oh, I can't believe this is happening again." The again is so quiet, played down as well. It's so good.
I can't believe it.
I love it. I love this film.
I love this film. Right, so we go on to the other film.
Yeah.
Booksmart.
Booksmart.
I'd never seen this film.
Okay.
This first time viewing.
Yeah, Callum had watched it.
First time viewing, and I really enjoyed it, actually. I thought it was
great.
Obviously knew it was going to be very similar to, or in a way similar to Superbad.
I mean, I would describe it as girl Superbad, which is
Some
more.
people
It's more
disagree
than
with
that.
it, but
It's more than that. It's its own thing, but
Yeah.
it's the reason we're doing both these films is because they are similar.
there are so
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I
the
mean.
premise is the same, but done in a different take.
And because it's 2019, it's a bit more
Gen Z instead
sort
of millennial.
Yeah, a bit more up to date in terms of what parties maybe are now. I don't know, or were
and also
5 years ago.
approaches and
It's 5
attitudes.
years ago,
6 years ago.
Gosh, 6 years ago.
But yeah, fuck. My favourite part is
Because they go class of 2019, and I go, "Ugh, gross."
Gross.
my favourite parts of this film are some of the interactions between Amy and Molly are just so again, like Superbad, just so awkward and so funny.
Yeah, I mean, her trying to talk to Ryan at any point is
Yeah,
it's funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, I mean, I love the gays. They're always funny. Drama gays are
the drama.
always funny. And my first quote is, "Well, I lived in Barcelona."
Barcelona.
That's not how they say it in Barcelona. When I lived in Barcelona,
I don't audition, only offers.
Yeah. Brilliant.
it's like no one's gonna be winning in that outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love them. It's so funny.
The bit when they're throwing their drama party.
Yeah.
And then they go in the wrong room and it's just his parents and his sister were playing a board game in the kitchen.
I've got the house until 11.
Yeah. And then the little sister's like that.
gives us the finger.
Gives him the finger. And he's like, fuck you, Cindy.
You, Cindy. He's so angry.
Yeah.
Always so angry.
Yeah.
And
You're in a 10. I need to be a 2.
yeah. So good.
And then when they're doing the karaoke and he's like, yeah, good voice, a little pitchy, but
Yeah. Just so critical all the time.
no matter what.
Yeah,
and it's really nice.
Just
moment.
can't turn off his director hat. Can't take off his director hat. So.
Can't take it off.
Yeah.
That is the other thing.
We're
as well,
doing
'cause
Shakespeare in the parking lot.
Yeah.
It's clever.
So good.
That's the thing about these like parties as well, is the houses are huge. They've got karaoke set up.
This one in particular, the
Swimming
aunt's
pool.
house that they get to at the end is insane.
Yeah.
But and obviously the yacht as well.
Yeah, the yacht's
From my favourite character, I love Jared because I love that actor. He's so funny in everything he pops.
Yeah,
I don't know if
yeah.
any of you watched Santa Clarita Diet. But
No, I haven't watched that.
He's in that. He's so funny in that. He's such.
I've watched.
prepare to get bashed.
I've watched Vacation.
Consensually bashed.
I didn't know how that was going to come out.
I've watched Vacation that he's in with Ed Helm.
I haven't watched that one.
That's pretty funny.
But he's our age. He's like 29 or something.
Yeah. Well, that's
He's
the other
really
thing about
funny.
these
He is
films
really
is the
funny.
age of the people, isn't it?
I mean, Seth Rogen is probably the one who isn't. Seth Rogen, sorry. Jonah Hill.
He's 23.
Is the one who isn't believable in that role.
Yeah.
For a 17-year-old. Like, Evan looks like it. Obviously, Christopher is. Emma Stone looks
She's
it.
quite young in that. She's 21, I think.
Yeah.
This is like her first.
She
proper
passes.
role,
Becca
I think.
more so passes for a teenager.
Yeah.
But the rest of them do pass. These pass better.
Yeah.
I think these are actually, on average, might be a bit older.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
But that's the thing. They can't. It's like the in-betweeners.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
pass as teenagers because they look it.
And they were like,
And they still, some of them still do.
yeah,
Which is crazy.
which is crazy.
Which is crazy.
But yeah, I love all the characters. Will Foy and Lisa Kudrow. I totally forgot about them. They're a good duo.
And they're just small amounts. Like that's the good thing about it. It's
just need a
like
small
one
amount.
real
They're just such
scene.
lovely parents. They're just trying to they're just trying to be accepting of everything. And it's when they go like, we're probably just going to go do a Korean face mask. And then she's like, I don't need to know all the words.
Yeah. I have the note that
And the
joke about Jules being Will Forte.
Yeah.
Because he's made all this lovely food.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
But I
it all
made
has-
I love you olives.
Yeah. They're all named. It's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah.
But it's just how like he gets like so nervous about saying the wrong thing, or and then Lisa Kudrow's character has to always she's like constantly got her arm on him, going like, "It's okay, don't freak out, it's all good." Yeah. It's so
Because
funny.
they think they're banging, and she thinks it's funny that so
they
she
think
plays up to it.
Yeah.
Funny.
But the same thing as well, though. Amy is literally the same as Seth in this
And
film.
their brother and sister
And their brother and sister.
in real life.
Are they?
Yeah, that's
Feldstein.
Jonah Hill. Yeah, Fieldstein. That's his actual name.
No way. That's
Yeah,
crazy. I didn't know that.
So that's another reason why people view it as girl Superbad.
Okay, right. But I mean, she's
It is.
It is.
Like,
It is.
I'm not taking anything away from it. It's good in its own right, but it is.
She's a shit friend in the whole
she
film.
is.
Well, yeah, she's completely
She's so
self-centered. But that's part of the film is that she starts to
To
realise
learn.
she is self-centered.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't like her. She's so horrible. It's the bit when she finds out that everybody else is, like you said in the intro, has got into good schools.
Yeah, she's an uptight bitch.
Also,
is
they
what
try and
I've wrote.
hijack a car.
Whose car?
The delivery drivers. I mean, that's pretty moral.
No, they're not trying to hijack the car.
Well,
They're trying to get the address.
Yeah, but they wear like masks.
No, they put their hair like a mask.
Oh,
like
yeah.
him.
And then that
That's
guy
a really
turns out
funny.
to be,
He is the strangler.
He is the strangler. And he's just like, you idiots.
And the way he reasons with it's like, for me, this is too easy. You need to get out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
This
So
doesn't excite me.
there's no thrill of the chase here.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you guys can leave.
I've got a gun.
Do you guys have a weapon? Because I am armed. Just pulled out this massive gun.
Huge revolver.
Fucking funny.
Yeah. The bit at the party where they realise that they've been told that they took drugs.
Asian
And
ayahuasca.
Asian Oscar. That was something.
Because it was ayahuasca from Asia.
Asian
Asian ayahuasca. She's great, Gigi.
Yeah, Gigi.
she's
Yeah, Billy
great.
Lord or something. Maybe.
Yeah,
Something like
she's really funny. She just at every party.
Everywhere. She's always there.
Inexplicably.
Which I feel like I've come across characters where they just
Yeah.
seem to be everywhere.
Yeah, and they're a bit kooky, and you're not quite sure,
Where have you
but they're
been?
sound
Yeah,
at the same
yeah,
time.
yeah. But the bit where they take that accidentally and then
Dolls.
they're dolls.
They're like Barbie dolls.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is good
yeah.
too. That is
Funny,
good.
and that she turns on her like feminist values.
Yeah, it's like,
So round and perfect, and
smooth. Look how
and
smooth.
an ass that won't quit.
Yeah, they're just like bending over and just doing it.
And then they leave the house party, don't they? Just
Yeah.
shuffling out like dolls. So funny.
and then it's just over.
Yeah.
And then it ends.
I mean, the yacht party I think is really funny. Once again, because I just think so. He's Jared in the film. Skylar Gisando, his real name, but Jared, I think is so funny as a character.
Yeah.
Well, when he
It's
picks
great.
them up,
Just his face is so like the way he smiles is just so like
Yeah.
so funny.
just
So
trying to have
dopey.
fun.
And that because I think because they all kind of grow and learn about each other. I think his growth is good, but he also seems like I have the note of they must hate him so much to not go to a boat party.
Yeah.
Imagine if someone invited you to a
You'd go.
party on a yacht and you're like,
At
I
least
don't
for the
really like
first
that
bit.
guy. Yeah, you'd go, wouldn't you?
Yeah, he's got fireworks.
Yeah.
I'm there.
Yeah.
Food as well. Go for the food.
Crazy.
Get the fireworks
And also, he just doesn't seem like a bad guy. Because he's like, because Gigi, I don't think is his sister.
No, it's
No,
just
no.
his friend.
But he talks about maybe his family has taken her in or something. There was like a line where I was like, and it seems like something traumatic maybe has happened to her, and that's why she's a bit off.
Yeah.
And that he just cares for her essentially.
Yeah, I think
So-
he alludes to that. I don't know about the family taking him in, but because the family just use money, don't they? That's the problem that he has. That they're
He's trying to buy
Yeah.
his friends.
because his parents do
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah, I've seen it work.
They buy my affection.
Yeah.
And there's
But-
always been kids there like that.
Yeah, and it's a nice. I think it's a nice relationship. I think it's funny when they get in his car and accidentally shows off his audiobook feminist literature.
Yeah.
But it like boots up.
It's like, I decided to listen
yeah,
to feminist
yeah.
literature.
It's just like, oh, sorry, I was just listening to that.
And you
Yeah.
go, you want to pop in the front? Oh, the back's cool too.
Yeah.
Just always being
Which is the
part of.
joke in Superbad as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
Any of you dudes want to pop a square in the front? That'll be fine. No, okay.
No, we're gonna sit back here, you weirdo.
So you guys on
the back is
MySpace
fine.
or?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There's so many car scenes in this one as well, because you've got that one with Jared, and then you've got the principal one in the taxi where they listen to the horn.
Jason Sudeikis.
Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah.
And then you've got the other one where they try and do the hijack.
I totally forgot Jason Sudeikis was in this film because
Yeah,
obviously this is before him and Olivia Munn's split. Because
Oh, is
Olivia
it?
Munn directs this. She's the director.
yeah.
And that's like a very bad.
Olivia Wilde.
Olivia Wilde, sorry, I always do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Because this is
breakup
her debut
before Ted Lasso.
feature film
Yeah.
as a director.
And then she made Don't Worry Darling a couple of years ago.
yeah,
You remember
yeah,
that
yeah.
whole Harry Styles spitting on Chris Pine thing?
Oh,
Oh,
when they
yeah.
have the fallout.
And then, so Jason
Yeah.
Sudeikis sent her divorce papers whilst she was on stage accepting an award and stuff like that. It's very odd.
weird, yeah.
It's very odd.
Yeah.
And I like Jason Sudeikis. as
Same,
well. I
he's
think
funny.
Yeah, he's in Ted Lasso
So-
and he's lovely in
and Ted
Ted
Lasso's
Lasso.
great. And Horrible
Horrible
Bosses.
Bosses.
Good.
Yeah.
He
But
shows
then-
up in Sunny.
Yeah.
Then he does something like that, and I have to think.
Yeah, I know, you're right? Yeah.
Why are you doing that?
It's odd.
May have
It's
to
odd.
rethink some things.
I know. But on another note, the compliment fight, I do enjoy girl
Yeah,
compliment
yeah.
fight.
Because that's the
Instead of us,
Superbad.
yeah,
It's
instead was just guys just like ripping each other.
Yeah.
Then they're just like, you I've taken my breath away.
Yeah.
No,
it's stunning. You shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You are so beautiful.
Oh my god.
My wearing the berets.
My
Yeah,
eyes
yeah.
are burning.
Well, they're wearing. Yeah,
Same
they're
thing.
wearing the out.
Jumpsuit, neckerchief, and a beret.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
yeah.
the
They're
funniest-
so pretentious.
And it's so. And then the funny bit is when the teacher's like, "I've got some outfits," and they end up looking worse, and they
Yeah,
put the
they
dresses
do.
on with the
Well,
sequins.
I think the dress the lesbian wears is all right, Molly. The green. I mean, I like the colour, but I don't like the collar.
Yeah, I think they just look like old people.
Amy.
Yeah, they do look like old people.
Yeah.
It's just
And
ridiculous.
because she's in Shrinking, the teacher.
Yeah.
Do you know? Okay, that was one thing I had with that teacher was
She's crazy. Yeah.
well, no, that story was just I've found out it was just really unnecessary when she like sleeps with a student or alludes to the fact that they did, and it's sort of like I don't know. It wasn't like
It's because it's a thing that happens.
yeah.
I think
they
that's.
just
I mean,
thought
it's.
it
I
was
think to be
funny.
honest, I think it's something they wanted to get in to be like. There's some weird teachers where this does happen.
You get
and
too close to your.
It was treated a bit flippantly, though. I guess.
That's what I mean.
But
like
he was 20, though, wasn't he? That was the point.
Yeah,
He'd been
he
held
was
back
because he
by
was. I
multiple
wish they
years.
say.
Yeah, he's like,
earlier
you're
in the
20,
film.
aren't you, or something?
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
yeah, I suppose so.
Closer. They definitely bang. They
Yeah,
definitely
that's the whole
bang.
point.
And I've written fair enough. I've written teacher crazy. Fair enough. Trying to fuck her. She's hot.
So crazy.
She's so hot.
I mean,
She's.
I'm not denying it, but I'm just saying it was like it didn't seem like it could have been way funnier. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
I agree.
it was just sort
It's
of-
so. Yeah, just
Like Jules
meh.
just said, it was just really like flippant. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that happened.
The one thing we haven't actually discussed, you were talking about all the scenes with her and Ryan, where she's really awkward.
Awkward.
I think my favourite quote from this film is when she asks, "Are you afraid to go to Uganda?"
Yeah, she showed.
Are you afraid to go to Uganda?
Yeah.
Would you be afraid to go to Uganda to find out if she's a lesbian or not?
So she's going to Botswana to do her year abroad.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, how's so you excited for Uganda? Oh no, I can't go to Uganda because they would kill me because I'm gay. Can you go to Uganda?
Would you be afraid?
But she gets cut off, doesn't she?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, let's go do karaoke. Yeah. I mean, because then the realization with Amy is that she is in love with the dumb jock who also isn't actually a dumb jock and
Yeah.
whatever. But this was the thought I had earlier, like with them, Seth and Evan not going to any of these parties, and therefore you're like, well, how does Emma Stone and the other girl know each other? It's because they go to parties all the time,
Yeah.
right? The reason they don't know whether Ryan is a lesbian, that Ryan and the guy are together, if you had been to any parties, you probably would know. Right.
But also,
the
they
rest
kind
of the
of want
school
them to go to parties, but
It's
they
probably not
refuse.
something that's just happened at this party.
Oh, well, I
it
didn't
does.
read that,
It does
but-
happen, but more often than not, it's like there's the rumblings, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
she
maybe,
fancies him and he fancies her, and it didn't happen at this party, but then a couple of weeks later they get together or whatever. So if you were any idea in the know, but because they haven't engaged in any socializing,
You don't know, I suppose. Yeah.
they don't know what's up with these people, and therefore they've just created this fantasy
Their
in
own
their
worlds.
heads. Yeah,
Yeah,
which is the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also they've developed it, like she has a crush, but does nothing about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, how does Ryan know?
Yeah.
So like, exactly. Yeah, I didn't think about it that way, but yeah, could easily have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had engaged in the last 4 years of high school.
But that's the difference between, I think, in Booksmart, everyone's nicer
yeah.
because the main characters
Well,
are
yeah.
actually the mean ones, really.
Yeah, even when I was rewatching this, I was like, does he fuck her over in the end? He doesn't really, because he's unaware.
Yeah.
It's not his fault.
He's just having a
whatsoever.
nice time with
It's
her.
just her being selfish once again.
Yeah, again,
Yeah.
if
The
anything, he's
fantasy
just
of
like,
it, her.
he could be like having a good time with Ryan beforehand.
Well, they were having a good time playing like
And then they-
table ping pong, weren't they? But
Yeah.
he just views it as, I finally, he even makes the joke of it's an honour that you're at my party because you never go to parties or whatever. He's just being a nice guy in the end. That's what it seems like anyway.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love him and his bros though. I've got
Yeah.
beer can head smash. Bros being
When they're
bros.
trying to chuck stuff in his mouth, it's like we're doing something quite important. Right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I can get it in my mouth.
Just give me a minute. Just bros being bros, man.
Just bros being
Like innocently as well, not doing anything.
not doing anything
mean or bullying.
Just trying
or,
to chuck something in each other's
just,
mouths.
just funny.
Mm.
Just something to.
Well, everyone's much nicer, and they want them to go to the parties. They've been like, we wondered what it'd be like for you to come to a party.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. It's like, oh, you've probably been invited over the years.
Yeah, and then
you
just
haven't
not
gone.
anymore because you've
It's
never
that
gone.
thing of, they probably stopped inviting you because you never came or whatever.
Yeah.
And the whole thing about like AAA, that's sad.
Yeah.
And whatever else. She's Claire out of the Bear. I thought I recognised her.
Claire from Bear.
Claire from Bear. Yeah, Claire Bear.
Clever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
Well,
Yeah, there was a moment when they go to the party where I thought that something really bad was going to happen in terms of like they were both going to get like absolutely humiliated.
They're going to get
or
got.
something. Yeah. But then, like you say, it actually transpires that they're the dicks.
well,
and
they
not everybody
humiliate
else.
each other.
They've created the consequences of their own actions.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what happens in the end when they're having the argument and then it gets drowned out by music, which I don't mind at all.
Yeah.
Really. That's them, and then they're all being videoed.
That is their humiliation. Yeah, you're so right. That is their humiliation. Yeah.
That's also, I find it funny because that's like a common joke between men and women, isn't it? That women have these just outrageous fights, like so personal and whatever, but then they forgive each other. If I had a fight like that with either one of you, I don't think we'd be friends after.
Well, I think it would just be completely out of character.
Well, that's the thing.
You have
That's
to be
what
a
I mean,
different
right?
person.
Like, it's so personal, vendetta-like attack.
I'd assume something is wrong.
Of some,
And you need some time.
and something is wrong in that situation.
Yeah.
But like, you just don't see that type of thing between men. But I've heard, stories, seeing women fighting, and it gets very intense in that kind of way. But then they'll make up whatever week after or whatever
Well, I
like
think
that. You know what I mean? Whereas our kind of arguments are, I don't know. I mean, I'm also trying to think of an argument between us. Well, it's like when you needed a break from when you went on the lads' holiday with the rest of them, and you just needed a break.
We were on a break.
We were on a break. You know what I mean? I don't know.
No one judged him for it. It was totally
More
Yeah.
passive,
was.
passive aggression, which then
builds.
builds and blows up with women, and then men. I guess you just stop talking to each other. I guess
Yeah.
that's what
Maybe that's
happens.
more
That's
the-
what happens,
maybe
isn't
that's
it?
more
Men
the
just
stereotype,
men
yeah,
just
the-
stop talking to each other.
Yeah. They just cut each other off.
Yeah, but like I just don't know. I just don't know if I could come back from a fight like that.
No, yeah.
It's very,
Especially
it's
if
a
it's
lot.
videoed as well.
And we didn't even hear all of it. Like you say, the music drowned it out. What else did they say?
To be honest, yeah, like you
they
say,
were
though, I
very
don't think
upset.
it would ever get to that point because, I mean, I'm just talking about us three as friends. Because if any one of us was annoyed with the other one, we just say.
Well, I think it's more just it's like you're going out to hurt someone.
Yeah.
And for me, I just
Well, you've built up those things as well, isn't it? And it's very similar to the fight that Seth and Evan have, but
Yeah.
they, I guess their one gets cut short though as well.
what is it he says like you're dragging me down or
And then Evan is like he's like you bailed on me, and you're bailing on me next year, which is just fear of abandonment.
yeah.
Because he's an
He doesn't
insecure
get into the
person.
college that he wants to, kind of thing.
You didn't. You knew I couldn't get into Dartmouth or whatever. And he's like, "Fuck you! You've always dragged me down. Instead of going to parties and talking to girls, I've just been sitting around talking shit with you for the last 4 years or whatever." But like, it's not even like they forgive each other though.
No.
It's just they. Maybe that's the difference. Instead of like actively, because they say, "I'm sorry, I'm a dick," I'm in prison, don't they? They actively apologise.
Yeah.
It's more action because he saves him from the party, and then Evan just goes, "You want sleepover of mine? Piece of rolls," and they just kind of ease back into their relationship.
that is their apology. To
Yeah,
each other.
almost.
Like,
And I
to just
imagine
be like,
potentially-
to just move on.
yeah, to just be like, yeah, they don't outwardly say I'm sorry, but it's like
And then they have
the gesture of "Do you want to hang out?"
And then
is
they
the
do the
sorry.
joke
yeah.
of the morning after they've had sex, because that's almost what Superbad is, like rom-com between them two,
Yeah,
essentially. So they say "I love you," don't they, to each other, and then the morning afterwards they're like being really awkward.
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh yeah, well I probably should get off," and then Michael Cera's like, "Well, I've got nothing on, if you want to hang out," and Steph's like, "Yeah, cool. Your mum's got giant tits," and then he runs off.
Yeah.
And it's just like we just go.
Can't deal
We
with
just we can't deal with it, so we'll
deal
go
with
back
it.
to normal.
Yeah.
So one of the interesting things about this as well is that Superbad obviously has huge cut through, obviously with a certain audience, more so than other audiences. But it's like it's in the zeitgeist. You know, it does very well. Has big traction. Booksmart, not so much. Has not very much traction, and it's seen. I mean, I think J.J. Abrams says it's like one of the worst. Like it's performance-wise compared to how good it is. It's like he said it's just madness.
Tragic.
Yeah, he said it was like such a good film that like does terribly.
Well, I don't remember any marketing when this came out.
Yeah.
I watched this because my sister put it on in lockdown when we lived together, so 2020 or 2021. So this came out in 2019. Yeah, I don't remember it, but also wasn't a teenage girl in 2019. So
interesting. So I did a bit of research, and one of the guys who was reviewing it said the trailer is shit, and I watched the trailer, and it is shit. It doesn't portray the film at all. Doesn't come across very funny. And just like makes it out to be more Superbad than it is, and tries to focus all on the parties rather than the interesting bit, which is the relationship, and doesn't really focus on like the scenes where the girls are like bigging each other up and just the stuff which actually is the better scenes.
Yeah.
And I think it probably has quite a lot to do with just having a shit trailer.
Yeah,
Shit
probably.
marketing.
They probably
really
didn't.
enjoyed
They
Booksmart
probably
as well.
just like didn't get it, because I guess in 2019 this is quite fresh, like of the comedy that's going into it and the like Gen Z values and all the like. It isn't cliques anymore. You can be both. You can party and you can work hard, yeah, and you can have sex and you can do drugs and all this. You can do it all,
Everyone's
of thing.
kind of,
Everyone. I think this is an era of no labels. I think we're back in labeling everything, but this is kind of that period where it's like,
Pre-COVID.
I'm just who I am, and that doesn't matter. Because like the whole lesbian thing of this film is not that she's a lesbian. It's that she likes someone and is too awkward to talk to, and that's the common thing with anyone.
And the same
you got
thing
a crush,
with the two,
and you're too shy to act on it.
and the two actors,
it's just the joke. Some of the jokes are lesbian forward, I guess.
Yeah.
There'd be more vagina involved, but like.
But that's the same.
But that'd be
that'd
be the same if it was like
exactly. It's not made a thing of.
No.
And it's not preachy in any sort of sense. I thought.
It's
quite nice.
Yeah, it's just she's already out, and that's just who she is.
Yeah,
like,
and the two guys who are the drama actors who are both gay.
Yeah.
It's not made a thing of at all. It's just
they're just
part of
so
it.
obviously gay.
And then that woman in the class who ends up that Molly tries to have sex with but throws up on her.
Yeah, the hippie.
She's just you don't know she's a
girl.
lesbian at all or has any interest.
She's just mean.
And she's just mean, sat on a toilet having a fag.
Yeah.
And then bang, gets thrown up on.
There is
and then she fingers her ass off.
That's not the hole you think it is. Oh no. And then gets up,
And then
she drinks.
so
Ridiculous.
so it's a cigarette in the drink. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, she throws up because cigarette. Her cigarette presumably as well.
I assume so. Yeah. She's having her own cigarette thrown up on her.
Yeah.
Imagine having a cigarette.
There's
Gross.
there's a bit where Amy is like talking to Ryan, who she fancies, and then this is a quote that I wrote down which made me laugh. Was Amy like bumps into her and she's like, "Oh my," and then Ryan's like, "Sharp elbows," and then she goes, "Not as sharp as your chin."
Yeah. and then she looks confused and she like rubs her chin. And,
She's like that. Yeah, rubbing her chin, and then
all right,
it's
dude.
just sort of like what she means is that you've got like nice chiseled features, but it just comes out so wrong. It's brilliant. It's just like I love shit like that where it's just so awkward, and like I've definitely been in situations like that over the years where I've like tried to say something smart or tried to say something that is funny or whatever, and then it comes out just so weird, and they're like, "What the fuck are you talking?"
Well, that's the similarity between these two films is a lot of the dialogue between the characters is quite slick, and they're obviously making jokes and being quite quick, and like the retorts are quite quick. But then, obviously, in order for them to be seen as weird, their kind of weirdness is very quick as well. Like instantly, just like the time's 10:33. Yeah. Or like you got a sharp chin. Like they're trying to be quick and witty.
Yeah.
And it's just probably should take a couple of seconds. Don't always try.
Think before you talk.
Which is always, it's hard. It's hard. I've been told that many times.
That's for sure.
That's for sure.
That's for sure.
But yeah, I really enjoyed I really enjoyed Booksmart for a first time watch as well. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, it made me laugh a lot. I think it's really good, and the characters are good.
I was surprised, especially when I first watched it.
Because there's more of them as well. Yeah, so it's harder to balance it, I guess.
Yeah, and they have two characters in Booksmart as the main characters, whereas Superbad, I think McLovin is a main character as well, really.
Well, they have.
I think he becomes one.
They have two storylines in Superbad. They have him and Evan and Seth, and then they have McLovin and the cops.
Yeah.
So and they intertwine with each other.
Which you're not really expecting.
No, because the cops come in half an hour in or something like that. So it's a bit of a curveball.
And they just take him off.
They're just so funny.
So, do you want to do the numbers? Booksmart costs $6 million. Which is pretty crazy.
Well, it's because all of these are unknowns.
Yeah.
You pay them fuck all.
But just to produce that, there's stuff going on. Got to hire out a yacht.
Honestly,
Jason Sudeikis not at all.
He wouldn't have got
big.
Well, also he's probably doing it as a favour because he's the husband, so he's probably doing it as a favour.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Not anymore.
I think that's the thing. I think it's a lot of favours that she's probably cashing in because she's been around a while
for it being a debut film.
Does she?
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but it's specifically debut film award.
Yeah, I mean, I've always liked Olivia Wilde.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Go right this time. Yeah, I've always liked her. She's in a show back in the day called Shamrocks or something, which is about an Irish gang. Have you watched that? It's quite good. I think it's her anyway. I could be getting her mixed up with
I've not watched it,
but
I've heard of it.
I've always liked Olivia Wilde. Work and stuff, so so
it cost $6 million, grossed 25. So it was, I think I looked on the charts, it was something like 178th for the year or something. But so it does pretty badly, and I mean, I think probably partly down to
still made money.
Promotion. Yeah, I just think people just thought it should have done better, which is, I think, fair enough.
I mean, it's no longer because when I first watched it was just on Prime. But it's not on Prime now. You got to rent it.
Yeah.
So. I mean, I bought it actually because it was only $3.99.
Yeah,
I bought it too.
Yeah. And it's worth it. £4. I'd pick this up.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, on a deal, definitely watch it. Rotten Tomatoes, 96%.
Yeah, it's pretty good. That's higher than the last two films we talked about.
Higher than any film we've ever talked about.
Bloody hell!
I don't know what its IMDb is.
It's because no one's seen it. So.
Yeah, and then for Superbad, that budget was $20 million, and boxed office $170 million.
170 million.
Yeah. So for a film like this, but 20 million is quite a lot to put in.
Yeah, but it's Apatow. He's established.
Yeah,
and it's his company.
It's probably about.
And I think the other thing with Booksmart, it's produced by. Will Ferrell and Adam McKay.
Yes,
Sanchez.
Will Ferrell. Yeah, I remember noting Will Ferrell.
So
Booksmart got a 7.1 on IMDb.
What's the Superbad got?
Superbad's Rotten Tomatoes was 88%.
That's pretty high.
Yeah,
that's pretty high.
Superbad got a 7.6.
Yeah. Fair enough. I mean, so Superbad is part of the Apatow era as well of films.
Because he's done Knocked Up and 40-Year-Old Virgin before this.
And that shit cop one or whatever it was that no one's watched. I can't even remember what it is.
But then it does feel like Superbad in a way sparks even more stuff with Seth Rogen, Michael Cera.
So because of Freaks and Geeks,
yeah,
Apatow then went on. He has his production company, which makes this film and whatever else. He essentially in this time period was giving anyone from Freaks and Geeks cast the opportunity to make their film. So Forgetting Sarah Marshall is Jason Segel from Freaks and Geeks going to Apatow making his film, and this is Seth Rogen going to Apatow and being I've got my film that I want to make.
Geeks, don't they?
Yeah.
Which is why.
Yeah, so then Apatow, I think 4-Year-Old Virgin is the big one, but obviously Apatow is a part of Anchorman and all that kind of stuff as well. So
pretty big.
Yeah. So then what is it? And then it's Pineapple Express, which is great. I love Pineapple Express.
That's a good one.
I like This Is the End. I don't think it's as well liked as the other two films, which is fair enough, and that's probably very dated now, especially with James Franco playing himself in that film.
Yeah.
And, you know, he is who he is.
yeah.
Don't know what it's all about. But, you know, I really like Seth Rogen's work, personally. I'm a big fan of Seth Rogen.
Yeah,
I like
and you always
all
have
his
been.
stuff. Huh?
You always have been.
Always have been. But
And now it's pottery.
And now it's pottery as well. They're really nice. Was it Man-Made or whatever it's called? It's really good. Yeah, I like all his stuff, and I'm excited for his new show, The Studio, which is on Apple. He's playing a movie executive that makes shit movies, basically, so it's going to be funny. Everyone's in it, obviously.
What was that? Paternal. Was that it? No, not Paternal. The one with the plays the friend, the two friends.
Oh, 50-50.
No, woman, and it was recent series. TV series.
Platonic.
Platonic.
That's on Apple as well.
Yeah, that's good.
That was good.
One series, just nice.
Yeah, it's really good. And he was good in it.
That was the best.
And it's got the Aussie woman that I like as well.
Yeah.
Because Bad Neighbours as well.
Bad Neighbours,
yeah, that was a good
That's
one.
my favourite thing of Seth Rogen's, really.
What, the Platonic?
Yeah, I think so.
It's good. It is really good. Yeah. But obviously, like him and Evan. Obviously, we keep saying Seth, but like when they make something, it's Seth and Evan. Yeah. And that's why these characters are Seth and Evan.
Yeah.
He's Seth and Evan Goldberg is Michael Cera. They make The Boys.
Yeah.
They're the ones who brought it to thingy. They made Preacher. Which I personally really enjoyed. You know, they make so much stuff. Sausage Party.
Yeah.
Which is such a bizarre. Like, even they talk about it, it's like, how do we get away with it?
That's almost like them doing a joke and then too far.
And then there's a TV show, you know.
What?
And it's like
did Sausage Party do well?
I think so.
It did all right, I think.
I thought it did.
It's got a TV show on Prime, and it's about the apocalypse, the food apocalypse or something. It's weird. It's crazy. But yeah, they make tons of stuff, and they're good. Have you seen him? And he goes on Corridor Crew, and he's quite good on that, and he's quite honest and like upfront about like his experiences making. Because the Green Hornet, he talks about the Green Hornet.
Yeah,
how it was like just a mess, you know, because it is a bad film. Yeah, it is a really bad film.
Yeah.
So Sausage Party did all right, you know.
I didn't realise that. I thought it had done. But was it
for a while there? They were, you know, Golden Boys.
Was it the Emoji film done?
It didn't do very well.
That's not them.
No, but I think
the Emoji film.
Rating wise, it's not bad. 6.1 on IMDb, 83% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Budget 19 million.
Is this Sausage Party?
Yeah, and grossed 141.3.
I would never. I've never wanted to watch it again, but I was surprised because it's just basically
abstinence.
Abstinence. That's what Sausage Party is all about, isn't it? And it's very funny.
Yeah, how their buns can't be filled.
Until, but they're all gagging for it.
Yeah.
Funny.
And it's just, the hot dog and the buns, and then the we are the unperishables.
Yeah.
And it's like Mr. Grits and what's the Firewater, and Firewater's like the Native American. It's like a drink
product. That's in the thing.
And they've been around for and there's a Twinkie as well because they never go off, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which apparently is not real. They do go off.
Everything goes off at some point.
But it's a shame this period of time, you know, with these fresh comedies. They basically say like comedies are dead because there's no place. These mid-budget comedies anyway, where you like Pineapple Express is a good action film as well as funny. Yeah, it's actually it's a good action film. The fight at the end in the warehouse is quite good, and it's Ken Jeong, isn't it? We don't need to get into Pineapple Express, but they've said it's, you know, because they can't make any money in the cinemas, so you can't then pump a lot of money. Like, This Is the End is expensive as shit because of all the CGI and stuff. Is, you know, it's a fucking apocalypse. The what's it called? Rapture. It's expensive. You know, you can't make these films anymore. So you have to make a TV show, or you have to go to Apple or Netflix or whatever.
TV show's been where the TV show move. I think happened partly because there was lots of good TV shows happening. Yeah. You had your Game of Thrones and lots of big TV shows.
TV is still as good. I mean, I think people complain about it now because it's so saturated, and that's fine. But TV is just as good as ever.
There's lots of films being produced. I just don't think there is. There's less commonality of what people are watching.
Yeah,
because there's so much choice.
Yeah. You know, you got to wade through the shit a little bit, but there's still so many good shows.
I mean, there's what they call holiday films or holiday card greeting Hallmark
movies,
and they're just pumping these out. And they're huge business in America.
They're
awful. I thought it was a joke because Lindsay Lohan was in one.
Yeah,
and someone was watching it. I can't remember who it was. Someone was watching one and I was like, oh, is this a new Christmas film? And then I was like, this is absolutely shit.
Yeah.
And then I realised that there was just...
They're dog shit.
There's so many of them. And I was like, I did not know this was a industry.
Because they do Thanksgiving as well, don't they, in America?
Yeah, got loads.
So
I mean,
it's
I was taken aback by how...
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame that like this didn't get picked up in the same way, Booksmart, the same way that era for all these like all those films did so well. 4-year-old version is obviously massive as well, and it is funny. Like,
it's a great film.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall's really good.
Yeah,
really like that. Pineapple Express obviously is very good. I'm trying to think of others now as well. I've watched This Is 40. Knocked Up. I really like Knocked Up.
Yeah, which is Jonah Hill when he's young as well.
Yeah, I mean, well, like Martin Starr and is in Superbad and Krumholtz.
They have The Interview as well.
The Interview, oh yeah. You know, it was a good little time period of all these films, but yeah, it probably did get a bit stale as well. And like Booksmart could have been this new way. I mean, there is. I haven't watched it yet. Theatre Camp. I haven't watched that one yet, but that was meant to be good. And you know, for anyone that's like, oh, female-led films or whatever, you know, go fuck yourself. These are funny in their own right. I mean, there are also good girl-focused ones from this period. Like Clueless is really... I mean, that's
Juno.
That's 99. Juno, that was a good... Yeah, that's Michael Cera as well. That's really good.
Yeah, Juno's good.
Juno's good. That's good. I like Legally Blonde. I think that's quite funny as well.
Before you had American Pie, of course, which was like the precursor.
Yeah, that's the kicking off point, I feel, for all this. And everything after American Pie is better.
You have
than
Ferris
American
Bueller's
Pie. American
Day
Pie
Off,
is fun when you're a horny little 11-year-old.
Yeah.
You know, it is funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I would never go back to it.
No.
This one time in band camp.
Which is the classic. It's quotable lines, isn't it? That's the thing.
Became
And
famous.
awkward.
Became iconic.
Yeah.
Within the generations.
Yeah.
I have any miscellaneous
tidbits?
Notes? Let's have a look.
I suppose one question though is like, who would you prefer to hang out with out of the two characters in out of
Well,
Seth?
I hang out with the characters from fucking Superbad all the goddamn time. So
No.
you lot, my brother, his mates, is all the like you watch Superbad and you go, I know all these people. Come on, we know those people.
Yeah, but I don't do we hang out with them? I don't know.
But they're all like, you gotta remember,
You have
like
to have
they're merged
you have to
together.
have different.
Like if you took two of our mates or even two of us, we'd become one of them.
We'd become them.
You know, if you took me and you know, we'd become Seth or whatever. I try not to be such a dickhead, but you know, I can be like Seth. I can be like Seth, so you know.
Cheers,
I know it. So, and yeah, we definitely know someone like Seth and McLovin, that's for sure.
I know a lot of McLovins.
No, not McLovins. We won't say.
We won't say.
But the pizza guy scene in Booksmart, I think, is funny. I think he's quite funny, and then he turns out to be the strangler and everything. But once they get out the car, they're once again complimenting each other. The quote is, "You're the best criminal." They've done the worst job possible. Nearly got fucking serial killed. They're like, "You're so good. You're so amazing." Just so positive all the time. I thought that was really funny. And then, I do have the guy, Nick, I think his name is. He is very charming. When they're playing ping pong and stuff, he's a very charming man in Booksmart.
Oh, right. Yeah.
The blonde. Yeah, he's a very charming man.
Oh, yeah.
The one he fancies.
Yeah.
The one she fancies, even.
Yeah, Jock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's Nick. Yeah, he's funny.
A charming man.
I like the Asian guy in the white dungarees and no top, but a beanie.
The white dungarees.
Yeah. He's just chilling.
Looks like a painting necro.
Yeah.
Cool.
He's going to
and
MIT or whatever.
He's just pouring milk all over.
Yeah, because he's eating a chili.
Yeah.
He goes for beer first, doesn't he?
And then also the Michael Cera's friend.
Maroki,
and he's got
I love
like
Maroki.
Little cat.
Yeah,
he's like, they're looking like they have so much fun.
They're having so much fun over there, and I'm a single mum. I wash and dry. Because obviously they're making tiramisu in that,
and
as
that
well.
cake looks fucking shit.
Yeah, it looks shit. But then you go over to their table, and he's like, "Good shit, Maroki, right?" And it's this perfect. All the sponges are perfect around.
Tiramisu. Yeah. And they're like dusting it.
Yeah.
Like,
cover it, and just you go over to them. Yeah,
Absolute
so funny.
shit.
Yeah, I like Maroki because then Maroki is with Evan on the couch at the end, and he's wasted, passed out on the face. that's quite funny because Evan has the ability to make other friends.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Seth doesn't.
No, seemingly not.
No, so that's quite interesting. Obviously, that I have a boner, and oh my god, it's in.
Iconic.
Because she goes, I'm so wet, and then Evan goes, they said that would happen in hell.
Yeah. When I learned it.
Spermicidal lube.
Yeah.
Such a ridiculous name as well. Spermicidal. Mixing up sperm and suicide?
Yeah, because it kills sperm. That's what spermicidal lube does. It kills sperm.
Right, I see.
Did you not know that?
No.
That's what condoms like. They're pre-lubed in spermicidal
try
lube.
And kill the sperm.
Yeah,
as
so
well.
it tries to kill the sperm. Did you not? You really not know that?
No. So sometimes I look into things, and other times I just leave it.
Yeah.
So that's weird. Anyway,
the only other quote I have is the pussy, which is the guy missing a leg being able to run longer and faster than Seth.
Yeah.
But then, that reminds me, where the period scene, where he's got the blood on his leg.
Why would I have blood on me? There's no. Someone fucking used my leg as a tampon.
It's just such a ridiculous. Because I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, is it an overreaction?
I think I've looked it up before, and it's a thing. It has happened. Oh, overreaction to what? To period blood. Yeah. Period blood doesn't bother me. It's never bothered me.
And that's what I mean. But all the guys are, oh my god.
Yeah.
But then, I guess that's just guys being guys at pies, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then he comes over and he's got the same stain, and they're like, blood brothers.
Yeah.
Woo, I like the idea as well of the girl being really pissed off at him.
Yeah,
so like, you fucking did that,
and he's like,
me. And then she attacks him with a lamp, and it's like, fucking hell.
And he goes,
down.
what have you got? Detergent. Yeah, why have you got it? I got fucking blood on my trousers.
He's quick.
He's quick.
And then you get angry.
Yeah.
But the only thing I would say, because we did cover it, which was the Korean face mask thing. But that was, I think for me,
that's a good line.
In terms of the best joke, which do you reckon, out of the two films put together, the best joke?
One of my favourite ones in Superbad is when he's like, nobody's had a hand job in cargo since Nam.
Yeah.
That one always makes me laugh.
Yeah, he's got a range.
The thing about Superbad jokes is that the jokes are beyond their years.
A
kid wouldn't be making that joke.
But I really like that joke. That one makes me laugh every single time.
I mean, there's so many. And 4 3/4 of a blowjob. Who's counting? But it's the thing of who's counting. Obviously, he's counting. But he's counted 3/4 of a blowjob.
Which is
what does that mean?
That's his system for counting.
And that his friend knows he got like 24 hand jobs as well. Because you're telling them,
and
you're showing off.
Yeah.
So that's great. I mean,
the Korean face mask is the funniest one in Booksmart. I think
that's. That is hilarious. The whole thing of, would you be okay going to Uganda?
Yeah, that's funny too. Funny.
Yeah, fair enough.
But no, I think the
Muhammad one, the Muhammad, like, it's the most common name on the fucking earth. Read a book for once. That's always funny.
Yeah.
Everything's funny in Superbad to me. Like every little thing.
Everything's funny.
Every little thing.
Yeah. My favourite joke though out of both films is the cargo pants one. It makes me laugh every time. It's because he's in the car on the phone with the windows down, just shouting.
Yeah.
That. And it's like incredible.
I can't remember the exact line, but when he parks in the principal's space or something
in the red zone,
and then he gets the car towed, and then they tell McLovin, and McLovin's like, "Well, why'd you do that?" He's like, "Fuck off, Fogel."
I know that.
Yeah,
I know
because that's
that,
exactly
Fogel.
the sort of comment I would make.
Yeah,
So I enjoy that.
But you can't park it. I know that, Fogel.
Genius. Yeah. So, which one and how close is it?
For me, it's not really close. Because I knew what I was going to say before I'd even watched Booksmart, to be honest. Like in my mind, there was no way that Superbad could be beaten by anything. It was still, but don't get me wrong.
Good job we did this podcast.
Booksmart is very
entirely biased.
I mean, that's just me though, man.
You chose Superbad.
Yeah.
You chose
Superbad.
It's Superbad.
Superbad's incredible. I think,
But it's pivotal for us growing up. Like, it's pivotal of being able to quote and make bond and like make male friendships.
Our bond?
Yeah.
but don't get me wrong.
What did we bond over when we all met? You know what I mean? Stupid shit like this.
Like that.
But don't get me wrong.
Hot Fuzz. We've been quoting Hot Fuzz for fucking 12 years together.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Of that. Outside the group.
Yeah, exactly.
But don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed Booksmart. I really enjoyed it, and I would watch it again. Like if it was on or it came on another streaming service again, I'd be like, I'll watch that.
Yeah. You watch it like a dad. It just, Booksmart.
I remember that being quite funny. Yeah.
Oh, that's a funny joke.
Yeah.
That's funny. I'm more like that.
But I'm glad you chose that. I'd say you would have been hard pushed to pick another film that's as similar. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This kind of perfectly showing off this or that.
Yeah,
and like
absolutely.
similarity,
Yeah.
similar films, like parallel films, kind of that idea.
For me,
Superbad all the way.
For me, it's Superbad, and but having said that, I would highly recommend watching Booksmart if you've never seen it because it's
for
very
sure.
good.
I think so. Also, obviously, Callum obviously choose Superbad as well. As that's my assumption.
Why don't you ask me?
Well, yeah, right. Callum, which one do you prefer?
Yeah, Superbad. Yeah, I mean, same as Ed. Like, you were never going to beat Superbad, but when you first brought up this idea, I was like, how the fuck does he know about Booksmart? You know?
How the fuck does that prick?
Fuck does that prick know about Booksmart? But I was, like you said, I was excited that you chose these films rather than Superbad and American Pie, let's say, or Forgetting Sarah Marshall, because it's in the same vein of comedy or whatever. This is a much more interesting, and like I've said, like, it's not just a gender swap film, but also it's good. It's a different perspective, and I like seeing different perspectives. Like for some people, they'd be like, "Oh fuck, girl, super bad, fucking boring, blah blah blah." No, it's good. It's good. It's a different perspective, and you should. Why the fuck would you like watch film and TV or read books and not want to gain insights to new perspectives and things that you'll never know?
Well, I guess people just
the whole
think
point of
but it's the idea that Superbad has a monopoly on high school and going to a party is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not be able to?
Or that is so male dominated.
Also, there's also party films. What was that?
Project X.
Project X.
Project X.
Yeah.
Miles Teller. Yeah, because you could have put that there.
Yeah. Which is not a good film.
It's terrible.
It's terrible. Yeah. I mean, it's just a soundtrack to a party, really.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a waste of
time.
But
it's based on that. Is it based off that Australian guy, that Corey, what guy?
Oh, the one that was on the news.
On the news,
and then the news report was like, "You're a dick," and he's like, "I'm just having a party."
Yeah, just have a party.
People like
just having a party.
Yeah.
The neighbours were horrified. It's like, yeah, but people are there would like.
He's there with pierced nipples, isn't he? 17-year-old
so
kid.
Australian.
It's so Australian.
Do you not feel bad in any way? No.
No.
Why would I?
So I think for me, I didn't know coming into this, to be honest.
No.
I really did enjoy Booksmart.
Yeah.
Which is probably why I chose it. I think probably if I was watching a film, I think I was watching these two films on my own, I would probably prefer Booksmart. But if I was watching with other people, i.e. you guys, I'd prefer Superbad.
Yeah.
I think that's more, I would say more because,
I mean, I've seen Superbad like, I don't know, 30 times.
I have watched it a lot.
Yeah.
That is for sure.
Where, like, Booksmart, I've only watched twice.
Yeah, I think I probably watched it 3 or 4.
Once again, like, you brought it up and I was like, oh, yeah, I would like to rewatch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got rewatchability.
Yeah, but I probably won't rewatch it for a long time.
Yeah.
Whereas Superbad, it's possible I'll watch it again this year. It's highly possible.
It's highly possible. I mean, we are only in March.
Yeah.
The beginnings of March.
The beginnings of March.
Aim high.
Yeah. Right. So, Superbad does win it. This is a competition.
Yeah.
And yeah. Well, it is a competition, apparently.
It is a competition.
So, yeah. Well, thanks very much for listening, if you've managed to get this far. And yeah, see you next time. I've been Jules.
I've been Callum.
And I've been Ed.
These eyes, they cry every night for you.
There's never